Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. It's time to rank again every single deck in Master, which are in my opinion like the top tiers and the lower tiers and whatever. But before I start, I have to say, man, honestly, there aren't really bad decks. Like, I'm not gonna sit here, act like a fool like Fafa or Josh and tell you what deck to play and what not. Okay, this is not my job to do, because in my opinion, you should be playing any deck that just makes you fell in love with the game again. Like, just play Yu-Gi-Oh, have fun. That's the most important thing. And if you're successful with this deck or not depends all on you and your deck building, okay, and how much skill you have. Because at the end of the day, like, for example, okay, every time I play Blackwings, people laugh about me. They laugh and they're just like, how the fuck does he play Blackwings? Why is he playing Blackwings after even all those years, blah blah. And I kick their ass. Why? Because I just got it, bro. I just got it. I believe in my deck. It took me a lot of time to make this deck as strong as possible, and now I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You're gonna see where I rank my own Blackwing decks in this list, but deck is crazy. Okay, so take a little bit example of what I'm doing without like trying to push myself too much, but like try and take a little example of that and just take a deck that makes you fall in love with the game and just have fun, man. That's the most important thing. There aren't really bad decks, man. Even if you're playing Flunderies, man, congrats to you, bro. You just do whatever you want to do, man. But yeah, this is gonna be my take on what are the best decks currently in Master. I might have forgot some decks, and I might put some decks where you might not think they belong to, so please do not take it personally. Just give it like a solid feedback in the comment section, and then yeah, that would be fine, man. This is, yeah. Before we start though, yo, Sleeve just dropped those amazing new deck box sleeve and like play mats. Like, this is amazing, man. They're highly limited. If you want to get them, make sure to get them right now, otherwise you're gonna regret it. Only currently available right now, and they're sold out within a couple of hours, almost like almost every time, and they're highly limited. So use my code KENNEC5 if you're considering to get this. Don't forget to use the code, and yeah, that's just a real quick advertisement for you. In the comment section or description below, you're gonna get the link to this deck box. All right, so let me explain you what I'm thinking of when I'm doing this ranking. Okay, so I'm considering not only how consistent the deck is, but also how well it is against almost any matchup. Okay, because there are some decks that just lose straight to a shifter and you don't know what you are going to face off, right? So your deck needs to be perfectly balanced for every situation. Okay, that's how I'm considering the best deck. That's how I pick the best deck in Master. Because if you're picking a deck, right, that loses hard against shifter, I mean, you're gonna have sometimes a rough time playing the deck. Doesn't matter if you get shifted on your turn or if your opponent starts with some Casteria combos, ends up on the right side, and you be just like, fuck, bro, right? So that's one thing that I'm considering. And the other consideration is, if you're losing the dice roll or if you're getting maxi, what can you do on the maxi? A lot of decks just pass. When they see maxi and don't have an Asher Cobalt to counter it, they just pass, right? And however, there are some decks that really do not care for maxi. So this is also like a big consideration, like depending on how you're playing against that, right? So make sure to listen to carefully what I'm saying to every single deck. But like I said, at the end of the day, man, it's never about the deck. It's maybe sometimes it's about the deck, but not really, man. It's at the end of the day, man, it's all about deck building, skillful playing, and whatever. Okay, all right, let's start off with the first deck. Let's start off here with Branded, for example. Okay, so Branded got hit really bad, man. Almost every month they're getting hit really bad. Branded Fusion is their one. Now they took away Gimmick Puppet. They're having a rough time, okay? And alone Branded Fusion being at 1 is already tough. So in the OCG, you rarely see this because Branded Fusion at 1 and now Gimmick Puppet being gone. Like, this deck is really hard to match. But like I said, if you are a good deck builder, you can make this deck being from like a C, D tier, whatever, all up to an S tier. Like, I don't know, if you mix up with a little bit of some cash, mash, whatever, this can be easily one of the best decks. Like, that's what I'm saying. But for me personally, after this hit, if you're trying to play pure Branded, not one of the good decks, man. Next up, let's talk about Voiceless. Okay, Voices is a deck that used to be in the past insane, but then Kashtira came, Flunderies, blah blah. I mean, it's basically, in my opinion, kind of like a cash deck with less follow up, and just it's weaker than cash in my opinion. But I don't know, maybe there are some decks where you can mix it to make it better than ever. But Exorcister is, in my opinion, just a poor man's cash right now. I might be wrong. If I am, please let me know in the comment section below. And the board is not, it's not too difficult to break in my opinion. Sometimes if I have so much gas, I might even be able to break it, so it's alright. Next up, let's talk about some Pearly, man. Pearly is a deck, man, that I'm really afraid to play against, because sometimes I am playing in my main deck a Radiant, and sometimes I don't. But the issue is, man, there are a lot of kaijus running around, okay? And if your opponent is playing only one kaiju, man, don't come at me with, yeah, but I'm gonna have 6 cards in my hand and they are going to be all hand traps. That's not how it's going to work, man. Like, it's really hard to play this deck in general. And if your opponent, if you have like a bad day and your opponent just has a single kaiju and then some play ways to out the rest of your hand traps, whatever, like, the deck is alright. I wouldn't put it like an S or A tier, whatever, but I think it's fine with B, maybe A, something like here and there. Like, it's yeah, it's side. Let's talk about Sprite. The cool thing about Sprite is, man, you can mix this with so much other things. You can even play Pearly with Sprite, you can play Runic with Sprite, you can play Tri-Brigade Sprite, you can play so many decks with Sprite, even Ice Barrier with Sprite. So this deck is so mixable. Like, it could be like an S tier depending on the deck that you build, or it could be like a D tier. But at the end of the day, even if you're playing it pure, bro, even if you're playing it pure, sometimes all you need are just 2 or 3, 1 monster negate, 1 spell trap negate, and your opponent passes, and then it's really easy to OTK also with this deck. So depending on, this is the thing, man, like, it really depends on what you're mixing it with. That's why I'll put it at beer as a pure version. I'll put it at beer B, but depending on how you're building it, it could be an S or a D, whatever. Okay, so don't hate me. Yeah, next up we got the dinosaurs, and the issue with the dinosaur deck is that one dark will no more and it's over. Literally, one dark will no more, you just go to sleep. That's my issue with this deck. But it's pretty strong, it's really cool, I like it. Unfortunately, it's just not as good. Like, you might gonna hate me for doing this, but yeah. Well, I like it, man. I like it a lot. Next up, Ice Barrier, man. Ice Barrier is a new deck that just came out. I don't think it has reached the full potential yet. I believe there's still some things to cook with it. If I wasn't focused so much on Blackwings, man, I would actually also put some time in this, because I really do like Ice Barrier, man. In general, like, all the synchro decks back in the time, man, Ice Barrier, Naturia, 6 Sams, like, I believe there's so much potential in there, man. Some people should just put more time in it, like I am putting in Blackwings, and I believe this could be like a really insane deck, man. Like, I believe it's hard. I don't know even where to put it right now, because I haven't seen the biggest potential yet. But let's put it over here. But it could be easily everywhere, man. Like, it's all about, that's what I'm saying, man. It's all about the pilot and the deck building. But for right now, I'll just put it over here, because I mean, sometimes, man, a ball breaker or like, it's hard, man. It's hard. If you're considering like all those options with Maxi and all that, like, it's hard to put it above. Alright, next up we got Tri-Brigade. Tri-Brigade is the same thing, just like Sprite. You can mix it with some other things and it becomes like top tier. Used to be even one of the best decks a couple years ago. But now it's like, it's up to the player, man. Honestly, it's really up to the player. I'll put it somewhere here or there. You should respect it, in my opinion, but it's, yeah. Next up, let's talk about some Dark Magician, man. Like, overall, if you're looking at it, man, this is just a fun deck to play. But competitive wise, it's hard. The bots are easily to break, in my opinion, and with engine alone. And if your bot can get broken just with engine, I don't think it should be anywhere. And we got Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes is gonna get this new support, and then it's going to be all over the place. But right now it's next to Dark Magician, but it's going to be really insane. And once it gets the link 1 or whatever, I believe it can be somewhere like B and A, something like this. It's gonna be really good. But right now, just put it next to Dark Magician, so it just has some company over there. But yeah, let's talk about Voiceless, man. Voiceless is a deck. It's really, people like it a lot, but honestly, man, the bot isn't as strong, man. Like, if you have full gas, full Fire King Snake Eyes gas, like, can break the shit if you're a good player. So I don't believe Voiceless is as good as people might hype it to be. I like it, but it's, yeah. Next up, Sword Soul. Sword Soul is always going to be one of those decks that you will be facing every once in a while, and you might also get your ass kicked. Simple, I don't know, man. Is Proto still? I believe Proto is still a thing, right? They didn't ban Protos yet. Just alone because of Protos, I believe. Hold up, man. Let me check this real quick, man, before I talk some shit. I don't think it's banned, but yeah. This deck can play a lot of hand traps. Going second, I mean, they can just the whole time Protos, and that. Nowadays, calling Dark blind is sometimes even enough. So, yeah, this deck is always going to be one of those decks that's going to be solid, man. You can always play it. So, yeah. Unchained, if you put Unchained together with some other decks, like, let's say, Duel, it's crazy. Pure Unchained alone, in my opinion, is not enough. So, I don't know, man. It's so easy to break, man. If you're playing pure Unchained, it's just, yeah. Next up, Cash, bro. The issue with Cash is, even though it got hit a little bit, bro, you can play this deck with some Floodgates, Shifter, this and that. And that's enough sometimes. Sometimes one Floodgate, one Birth, Unicorn, it's over. So, I'm going to put this deck up here. Because it is pretty strong, man. It is really, really strong. Just alone because of Max C, Shifter alone. And even on the Max C, bro, just summon like a Fenrir, Unicorn, and sometimes that could be enough. Because even though Unicorn only banishes an X deck monster, if you are able to take away one key monster from the X deck, it's Merry Christmas, right? So yeah, unfortunately, this deck is still one of the best decks. And yeah, next up, tier. Let's talk about tier elements, bro. As long as Kid Colors is in the game, this deck is always going to cook, always. So now with Lil Knight also being in the game, it's just stupid insane, man. Like, a good player, skillful player, taking tier elements will always be a pain in the ass. So yeah, gonna be up there definitely. And then let's talk about Dynamorphia. I mean, it's good on the Max C, but I don't know, man. That's the issue, man. Decks like this require only good players, and I'll put somewhere over there. I don't know, man. It's fine. Let's talk about some stun deck, man. Jogan, Mogan. Doesn't necessarily have to be Jogan. It could be also like any other stun decks, like the Dinosaur, whatever, Brachiosaurus, or just some statues chilling. That's the thing with those, is that they are currently really strong. Why? Because the normal summon of a lot of people are monsters that have under 1000 attack points. Doesn't matter if it's Ash, doesn't matter if it's like a Yubel monster, whatever. And that's a big issue. That's a big issue, not being able to run over it. And then the other issue is that there are always some floodgates. So stun decks will always somehow put you in check, man. Okay, there are only few decks that are really good, but yeah, let's put it somewhere over here. Any runic deck will always cook somehow. So runic takes a lot of skill, first of all, even though you might not believe it, but there are actually like some, yeah, Runic. Runic is only as good as you are. That makes sense. But next up, let's talk about Raid Raptor, man. Raid Raptor is also an insane deck, and this one always depends on how deck is built, because you can play what's it called? You can play Kali Yuga. If you're not playing Kali Yuga in this deck, this loses really bad to Shifter. If you are playing Kali Yuga, only if you have pure gas on your hand, you can still play on the Shifter. If you don't have pure gas, you lose to Shifter. So yeah, the deck is pretty good. I'm not gonna put it at A, because in my opinion, it's just like a poor man's Blackwing deck. I said it, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Let's put it at B. Yeah, let's talk about heroes, man. Heroes are insane, bro. Heroes can be S tier, A tier, like whatever they have sometimes. If they start out with Fusion Destiny, bro, this is full combo. It's crazy, man. Like, heroes is stupid. Heroes is actually stupid. And you know what? I'm gonna put it A, man. I'm gonna put some respect on heroes and put it A, because they can do some crazy shit, man. And if you don't know, because sometimes, man, there aren't really right choke points in heroes, man. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm stupid, but I don't really see real choke points at this deck. Because most times, bro, I'll believe, okay, this is the choke point right there, and then boom, I'm gonna get hit with Fusion Destiny. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? So this might look really weird, but I'm gonna put heroes at A, man. Because can do some shit, man. But on the max C, it loses really bad, I believe. Shifter also hurts. So yeah, it's hard. Maybe I'm tripping, man. You know, put it at B. Next up, Labyrinth. Labyrinth is takes a lot of skill, man. Labyrinth can really be a pain in the ass. So if you are a good Labyrinth player, bro, it's definitely going to be A. Definitely. It's just stupid, crazy good, man. But only if you know how it works, man. If you're playing Labyrinth only like once in a while, blah blah, but if you know the matchups and the combos, because they have some weird combo lines sometimes that where I was like, how the fuck is this even possible, bro? But deck is actually insane. It might not be as fun as playing like all those other combo decks or whatever, but they also have some crazy combos sometimes, and it's not gonna be maybe as fun as the other decks, but we gotta put some respect on Labyrinth, definitely. We got Flunderies. It's in my opinion. So see, the thing of Flunderies is the Master. It's actually insane because first of all, they can play through Maxi, Nibiru, so many hand traps, bro. Shifter, whatever, like crazy how strong that deck is, right? So you can put it sometimes at A, but if you're playing against Blackwings, bro, you're crying. You're gonna start crying if you see this deck. Let's put it respectfully at B. Shall we? Next is we got Trap Tricks, and Trap Tricks is also, man, like it's all about skill with Trap Tricks. It's all about skill. I don't even know where to put it, to be honest, man, but my thumbnail creator is going to hate me for that, but I'm gonna put it at C. Oh man, let's talk about Blackwings. I have two Blackwing decks in here. One will be like almost. Let's talk about like this. This could be any other Blackwing deck, like a pure Blackwing version, Centurion, and like almost any other Blackwing version. I'll put it like, you can put like between C, B, something like that. I'm gonna explain you. It's hard. Let me explain it to you, man. You know what? I'll explain this at the end of this video because this is a little bit complicated. Let's talk about some S tier right now. Ubel is right now S tier, and it's not even completely full yet, man. There are still some pieces, I believe, missing. That are only available like with Fiendsmith, whatever, man. It's gonna be even crazier. Why is Ubel Master so good? Because on the max C, he can still do some good thing to pass on. And some decks have a really big problem outing like the Duel monsters, because once they get destroyed, they're just gonna keep looping themselves. And the other thing is like on the Nibiru plays really well. It can OTK. Let's say you go in full combo, right? Let's say you go full combo. They can easily OTK you sometimes with the spell and whatever. Like Duel takes also a lot of skill to play it. The deck is just insane, man, and it's just stupid, man. It is really stupid. On the Maxi, on the Shifter, you can always pass on that monster negate, and that is just, yeah, it is crazy. Let's talk about Centurion. Centurion, it depends on, man. You can play Centurion in almost any deck. Okay, in any deck you can put in Centurion, which is already a reason why it should be like an A, because yeah, you can put like a tier deck, some Centurion engine in almost any deck, as long as it can summon like a level 12 synchro monster. You can go into a free cosmic blazer dragon or whatever, and if you're mixing some biscuits in there, it's even crazier, bro, because you can sometimes on the Max C, bro, you can just do a Chaos Angel of Light and Dark in your opponent's turn, banish a card, and that is just stupid, bro. It is really insane, and the field spell is broken. The engine is crazy. It has some good control, like follow up and all that. So Centurion, a good player that plays Centurion can actually do a lot of shit. So yeah, Pure Snake Eyes. Pure Snake Eyes is in my opinion A. Why? It's because Fire King Snake Eyes currently is, in my opinion, the best deck right now. Probably the best deck because it just has so much gas. It can break boards with only engine, and if they go full combo, man, especially with Ball of Savage Dragon and Baron, all that not being banned in Master Duel, they can set up some really annoying boards. And even then, if you believe, okay, I might have just broken the board because it looks like there's nothing but like one fire monster, and you go to battle phase, or you like kind of destroy it somehow because there's no other way to get rid of that monster, then Garunix triggers, and then oh man, once Garunix triggers and there's a lot of fire monsters in the graveyard, bro, it's the same game happening again. And yeah, that's why like Fire King Snake Eyes in my opinion right now is better than Pure Snake Eyes until the Fiendsmith stuff comes in, and then it's going to be different. Alright, let's talk about this now. Alright, this is going to be really important here. Like I said, Pure Blackwing or like Centurion Blackwing, Bestial Blackwing, blah blah, it's around B. Okay, why? It's because of the new Kali Yuga deck that I introduced to you guys with the new 1-card combos, Bata being 1-card combo, Zuju being 1-card combo. Bro, let me explain to you why this is currently the Kali Yuga Blackwing deck, the best deck. Okay, listen carefully what I'm have to say here. First of all, you can take on any Max C challenge, bro. If you're watching my live stream, bro, I completely dominated almost every Max C challenge. Even the times where I wasn't able to end up on Kali Yuga because I had got hit with so many hand traps, I still won the games, bro. And most of the times, man, people are just throwing a Max C to intimidate you because they're playing a lot of bot breakers, like some evenly matched Dark Blue or whatever. You don't give a fuck about that, bro. The Kali Yuga doesn't lose to like lame ass bot breakers like Drop Blade, Dark Ruler, evenly, tactics, stuff like that. You don't fucking care, bro. You're just gonna, you see that Max C, you know you're gonna win. So if you see me, like, you're never gonna catch me playing this deck not taking on the Max C challenge. I'm that confident with this deck. And any other deck that you're seeing here, bro, you cannot take on Max C challenge. You're gonna pass on a little bit. You never ever giving your opponent all those cards in your hands. But with this deck, you do that shit. That's what I'm trying to say. The other thing is Shifter. You can even main Shifter in this deck, bro. You can summon Kali Yuga on the Shifter. So if I'm playing, I don't have a bad matchup against anyone, bro. Even if I'm playing against Stun, one Simoon plays through that stun deck and set up Kali Yuga, bro. Through the stun deck. I'm OTKing you. With one Simoon, bro. There isn't a lot of decks that can actually do that. I don't even know if there are any that can do that. So, another reason. Hand traps. If your opponent, let's say you're starting off with one Simoon, you're playing easily through 2 or 3 imprems, bro. With one Simoon alone. And most times it's like people don't even know where to hand trap because they don't even know what version you're playing. Because you're gonna start it with your Blackwing combos. They believe, okay, they're probably gonna end up on triple tax strengths, or that maybe they're playing the Centurion version or Bister version or whatever. They don't even know where to hand trap. So they're just gonna throw their hand traps randomly. Most times they just throw it at their first cards. Because just pray. Throw it at the first summon effect. Throw their hand traps and pray that I don't have like an extend or anything. Right? But if I start with Simoon and you don't have Ash or whatever, you're losing. You're literally losing the game. Playing through the B rules, whatever, like it's so easy to do with that deck. And you don't, like I said, you don't have a bad matchup. You're literally dominating every deck here. Every deck. And going second, it's a different story. It's not as good as like a Viking deck going second. But nowadays in Master Duel, bro, Master Duel is built like this, that if you're going second and you don't see Max C, you can scoop basically, right? Or because, and let's say you do see Max C, but then you're playing against full Underease. For Blackwings, doesn't matter. We're just gonna summon full Armor Master and we're winning, right? Right? Or let's say, I don't know. What if you sometimes, it's crazy, man. Like, Master is just so, even though sometimes I do have like 3-4 hand traps, I'll still lose the game. Because I'm now playing against a deck that don't even care about hand traps. Like say like a, let's say 5-set pass deck, whatever. Right? But most of the times, if you're watching my live streams, you see me just kicking ass. Through Max C. Like, from all those decks. Obviously, there are some decks like Flu that don't care for Max C, but most decks where they special summon monsters, they're not gonna summon a lot of monster. Where in this Blackwing Kali Yuga deck, bro, it's Merry Christmas. So if you're playing any other deck in Blackwings besides Kali Yuga, you're gonna be over here. Somewhere over here, right? Maybe even here, maybe. Because the issue with those decks is, man, sometimes an Imperm evenly match can fuck up everything. Doesn't have to. Because at the end of the day, all you need is like a full Armor Master with Shanga and Shuluk, and that's already carrying most of the time. But if you're unlucky and you're playing against a deck 5-set pass, you could lose that matchup. But with Kali Yuga, however, if your opponent is playing 5-set pass, it's Merry Christmas. It is literally Merry Christmas for you. So, yeah. This might sound really biased and unprofessional, but the truth is that this right now is one of the best decks next to these, if not the best. And I'm not coping, bro. Everyone that has been watching my live streams, they know what I'm talking about. And for the people that don't, check out my live streams, bro. Like, I'm backing up what I'm saying. And don't listen to Fafa, Josh, whatever, man. They just hate us, man. They hate us because they ain't us. And Fafa is running away from this matchup against me for a reason, right? So, because Josh told him, bro, run away. You don't want to face this guy, man. This guy is crazy, man. But yeah, man. That's basically it at the end of the day, man. Blackwing is just the best deck. Sorry, man. What other deck plays so well on the Max C, Shifter, Ball Breakers, right? Evenly Match, Dark Ruler. So all those other decks, man, they lose to like Dark Ruler evenly, whatever. That combination, Dark Blue evenly, is their worst nightmare of almost any deck over here. Not for Blackwings, though. Not for Blackwings. You don't, and the best thing is that you don't even need your battle phase, bro. You can just go to battle phase to bait some hand traps, ball breakers, whatever, and then just go to main phase to summon Kali Yuga and people are scooping. So yeah, man. Blackwing is the best deck, man. I'm not joking, bro. Even though I look like I'm joking, I'm not joking, bro. It's the fucking best deck, man. If you hate stun decks, if you hate Max C, if you hate Yu-Gi-Oh, bro, play Kali Yuga Blackwing. I'm serious. Even in TCG right now with Kali Yuga, I'm completely messing up, dominating everything, bro. So, props to me for creating this Vata, Zudri, 1-card combos. But if Kali Yuga gets banned, bro, you're gonna regret not have playing that card, this deck. But it's not going to get banned because people are sleeping on it. But anyway, I'm out, guys. I love you all. Take care and peace.